Most people think Vietnam is beaches and pho and rice fields. They have no idea. Vietnam has a cave with its own jungle, its own river, and its own clouds, forming inside a mountain, a road carved into cliff edges so dramatic that drivers stop, not for the view, but because their hands are shaking, and a mountain ridge so high that the clouds form a sea below you on both sides, and you walk above all of it. This is Vietnam, and every single thing you are about to see is completely, absolutely real. We begin on the coast of central Vietnam, at a city that most international travelers fly straight past on the way to Da Nang or Nha Trang, and that is exactly why it is extraordinary. Quy Nhon, a coastal city in Binh Dinh province that has been called the Maldives of Vietnam, not by marketing agencies, but by the Vietnamese people themselves who discovered it before the rest of the world arrived. Thang Co Beach sits 25 kilometers from the city. Turquoise water, white sand, rocky granite headlands framing the cove on both sides. The sea here is so shallow and so clear that the sand pattern on the floor is visible from above the surface, and the road that takes you there, winding over the mountain with the East Sea in every direction, is one of the most beautiful drives in Vietnam. Just north of Thang Co is Ao Gio, which means Windy Pass in Vietnamese, a dramatic curve of black volcanic cliffs where the wind rushes through a natural gap in the rock and the waves crash against the coastline below with a force that you feel in your chest before you hear it. Quy Nhon is also the historical homeland of the ancient Cham civilization, one of Southeast Asia's most sophisticated maritime cultures, whose towers still stand on the hillsides around the city after 1,000 years. History and beauty in equal measure, and almost nobody is there. Rent a motorbike, drive the mountain road to Thang Co yourself, arrive before 9 a.m. The beach is empty and the water is completely still, and stand there for a moment before anyone else arrives, because this is what Vietnam looks like when it is keeping a secret. From the coast, we travel north to a landscape that stops every person who sees it the same way by making them immediately question whether they are still in Vietnam or whether they have accidentally entered a landscape painting from another century. Ninh Binh, 90 kilometers south of Hanoi, a province of limestone karst towers that rise from flat rice paddies and winding rivers, in a composition so perfectly dramatic that it has been called Ha Long Bay on land. Except there is no boat required. You walk between the mountains, or row a flat-bottom boat through them, or cycle among them on paths that follow the river bends. Trang An, the UNESCO World Heritage Site at the heart of Ninh Binh, is a network of waterways connecting caves and karst formations that has been inhabited since prehistoric times. The boat journey through Trang An takes you through 8 different cave systems, each one opening into a new valley of mountains and rice fields and absolute silence, except for the sound of the oar. And this was once the capital of Vietnam. Ho Lu, the ancient capital of the Dinh and Le dynasty in the 10th century, sits in a natural fortress of limestone cliffs that the first Vietnamese kings used as their seat of power. The mountains were the city walls, the rivers were the moats. A capital city built inside a landscape that was itself a fortress. Go at 7 a.m. The mist is still on the water. The karst towers reflect perfectly in the river, and the women who row the boats, they row with their feet to preserve their hands for a lifetime of work. Watch them for a moment and understand this place has been extraordinary for a very long time. From the rice paddies of Ninh Binh, we travel deep into the mountains of Quang Binh province and into the dark Hang En Cave, the third largest cave in the world, and the one experience in Vietnam that is reserved only for those willing to trek 2 days through jungle, cross rivers, sleep underground, and wake up to a sunrise that comes in through a hole in the cave ceiling 100 meters above your head. Hang En is the gateway to Son Doong, the largest cave on Earth, which we will reach shortly, but Hang En is extraordinary in its own right. The cave entrance is so large that entire flocks of swifts nest inside it, their calls echoing through a space large enough to contain a 40-story building. Inside, an underground river runs through a white sand beach. and that is where you camp for the night. At sunset, when the light falls through the enormous cave mouth and the bats emerge in thousands, streaming out of the cave against an orange sky. It is one of the most otherworldly natural spectacles that Vietnam offers. You are sleeping inside a mountain. The sky above you has been replaced by limestone, and the sound of the underground river fills the cave all night. Constant, ancient, belonging to a place that existed long before any human being thought to enter it. Book through Oxalis Adventure, the only licensed operator, 3 to 6 months in advance, and train first because the jungle will ask everything of you, and the cave will give it all back. And while we are deep in Quang Binh province, we cannot leave without the cave that started everything here, Phong Nha Cave, part of the Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site containing over 300 caves and the most extensive cave system in Southeast Asia. Formed over 400 million years ago through the erosion of limestone by an underground river, Phong Nha is one of the oldest and most beautifully decorated cave systems on Earth. The experience of entering Phong Nha is unlike any other cave visit in the world. You board a small wooden boat on the Sun River. You travel upstream between limestone cliffs. And then, without warning, the cliff walls close around you and you are inside the mountain. The river continues into darkness. The ceiling rises 100 meters above the boat. Stalactites reach down from the dark like frozen chandeliers, and the water below you turns electric blue. For 7.7 kilometers, the cave runs underground. Ancient Cham inscriptions have been found carved into the cave walls, evidence that this place was sacred to the Cham civilization over 1,000 years ago. Buddhist shrines at the cave entrance have been here since the 9th century. The mountain has been holy for longer than most nations have existed. Take the boat at 7:30 a.m. when the gates open. The morning light entering the cave mouth creates reflections on the river that no photograph has ever fully captured, and combine it with Paradise Cave the same day. A dry cave of enormous scale just 40 minutes away. 2 completely different caves. 1 completely extraordinary day. From the caves of Quang Binh, we travel far north to the border between Vietnam and China, and to a waterfall so large that it crosses 2 countries simultaneously. Ban Giok Waterfall in Cao Bang Province, the largest waterfall in Southeast Asia, 300 meters wide. 3 separate tiers falling over limestone rock carved by the water over millions of years into formations of extraordinary beauty. The pool at the base is deep and turquoise, and local Tay minority families operate bamboo rafts that carry you directly to the base of the falls, into the mist, under the thundering water, close enough to feel the force of the river on your face. The setting amplifies everything. Ban Giok sits in a valley ringed by limestone karst peaks in the same dramatic style as Ha Long Bay, but here the peaks frame a waterfall and rice paddies instead of the sea. On the far side of the river, China. On this side, Vietnam. And on the bamboo raft between them, you, in the middle of something that makes every other waterfall you have ever seen feel completely insufficient. Hire a bamboo raft to the base of the falls. This is non-negotiable. Go between 7 and 9 in the morning. The light falls directly onto the waterfall at this hour, and the mist turns gold. And drive from Cao Bang town the night before, because the road through the karst landscape, even before you arrive at the waterfall, is worth the entire journey by itself. And as we move through northern Vietnam, we arrive at a landscape that has been called a geological museum. And that looks more like the surface of the moon than any part of Southeast Asia. The Dong Van Karst Plateau, a UNESCO Global Geopark in Ha Giang Province, at Vietnam's northernmost tip, a landscape of ancient limestone, some of it 400 to 600 million years old, that has been folded, compressed, and eroded into a plateau of dramatic gray rock peaks, deep valleys, and geological formations found nowhere else in Vietnam. The Ma Pi Leng Pass cuts through the heart of this plateau, a road carved into the cliff face above the No Kay River Canyon, where the Emerald River runs 1,000 meters below the road surface. 1,000 meters, driving it on a motorbike, with the cliff on one side and the canyon dropping to the river on the other, is an experience that rewires your relationship with the concept of height permanently. The Hmong people who have lived on this plateau for centuries built their houses from the local limestone itself. Gray stone walls, blue-painted doors, corn drying on the rooftops against a sky that seems closer here than anywhere else in Vietnam. And the Sunday markets at Dong Van and Meo Vac, where dozens of ethnic minority groups gather in traditional dress for trading that has happened on these exact dates for generations, are among the most extraordinary human gatherings in all of Southeast Asia. Rent a motorbike in Ha Giang City, ride the full plateau loop in 3 to 4 days, stay one night in a Hmong homestay in Dong Van Village, sit by the fire, let the altitude and the silence work on you, and wake up the next morning at Ma Pi Leng viewpoint before sunrise. You will understand completely and immediately why this place was the first UNESCO Global Geopark in all of Southeast Asia. And the Dong Van Plateau is part of something larger, a journey that has become one of the most celebrated motorcycle routes in the world, the Ha Giang Loop. 300 kilometers of mountain road through the most dramatic landscape in Vietnam. Starting from Ha Giang City, the loop winds through limestone peaks, over mountain passes, past ethnic minority villages, through river valleys and cloud forests, before returning to the starting point 4 days later. There are no famous tourist sites on the Ha Giang Loop. No temples, no beaches, no UNESCO monuments on the route itself. What there is road and mountain and the extraordinary experience of riding through a landscape so continuously dramatic that you stop for photographs every few minutes and still feel you have not captured it. The ethnic minority communities along the route, Hmong, Tay, Lolo, Pu Peo, Jie, have been living in these mountains for centuries. Their villages appear suddenly around hairpin bends, perched on slopes so steep that the houses seem to be growing from the cliff face itself. Children wave from doorways. Old women in traditional indigo-dyed clothing walk the road with baskets on their backs. This is Vietnam at its most remote, its most authentic, its most completely itself. And riding through mountain mist at 6 a.m., with the valley far below filled with cloud and the road ahead curving up into peaks that disappear, is one of the great travel experiences that Southeast Asia offers. Join a small group with a local Easy Rider guide. The roads require experience and local knowledge. Go in September to November for golden rice terraces, or March when the buckwheat flowers bloom pink across the entire plateau. Either way, you will not be ready for what you find, and you will not want to leave. From the mountain roads of Ha Giang, we arrive at the landscape that has made more people stop scrolling through their phone and say, "Where is that?" than any other image from Vietnam. Cang Chai, a district of Yen Bai province in the northwestern highlands, where the Hmong ethnic minority have been carving rice terraces into mountain slopes for over 300 years, at elevations reaching 2,000 meters above sea level, on gradients so steep that walking them requires holding the terrace wall for balance. The terraces here do not look like agriculture. They look like abstract art carved into a mountain by a hand with extraordinary patience and an eye for geometry. Thousands of individual paddy fields stacking above each other in concentric curves, following the natural contour of the slope, each one a slightly different shade of green, gold, or silver, depending on the season and the hour. In spring, when the terraces are flooded for planting, they fill with water and reflect the sky. The mountainside becomes a cascade of mirrors. In late September and October, when the rice ripens, the terraces turn from green through yellow to the deep gold of harvest. And the light at golden hour on the golden slopes of Cang Chai is one of the great landscape photographs available anywhere in Asia. Stay overnight in La Pan Tan village. Watch the terraces at dawn from the hill above, before the light changes, before anyone else is awake, before the mist lifts from the valley below, and understand 300 years of human hands made this. Not a machine, not a government project. 300 years of Hmong farmers carving a mountain into something that looks like a dream. From the golden slopes of Cang Chai, We climb even higher, to a mountain ridge so narrow and so elevated that the clouds form a sea below you on both sides simultaneously. Ta Shua, a mountain range in Saône-la-Provence, at 2,865 meters above sea level, one of the 10 highest peaks in Vietnam, and the location of a geological formation that has become one of the most viral images in Vietnamese travel, the dinosaur spine. A narrow ridgeline where 3 major peaks form a jagged crest that resembles the back of a prehistoric animal, rising from the cloud sea. When the conditions are right, and at Ta Sua in the early morning between November and March, they frequently are, the valleys on both sides of the ridge fill completely with cloud, and you walk along this narrow spine with white cloud below you in every direction. The peak of the ridge, the only solid thing visible, the sunrise lighting the cloud surface gold from above. You are not walking above the clouds, you are walking on them, or so your eyes insist, even though your feet know the truth. The Hmong community that lives on these slopes calls this mountain sacred. They have farmed the terraced fields below the cloud line for generations, watching the clouds rise and fall with the seasons, building their lives in the space between the earth and the sky. Ta Shua is not yet a tourist destination. It is a landscape that travelers are beginning to discover, and the window to see it before everyone else arrives is narrowing. Trek to the dinosaur spine camp the afternoon before, sleep on the ridge, and wake at 5:30 a.m. because what happens to the cloud sea at sunrise from that ridge, in the complete silence of the mountain at that hour, is something that no photograph has ever fully explained, and no words, including these, ever will. Ever, I have saved Son Dung for last, not because it is merely beautiful, not because it is merely dramatic. I saved it for last because Son Dung Cave is, by any objective measure, the most extraordinary natural space on the surface of this planet. And it is in Vietnam. Son Dung, Mountain River Cave, the largest cave passage on Earth, 9 kilometers long, 200 meters wide, 150 meters high, large enough to contain an entire city block of 40-story skyscrapers inside it. And because it is so large, it has developed its own ecosystem, its own jungle, its own river, its own clouds, forming inside the cave, independent of what happens outside. A local man named Ho Khan found the entrance in 1990 while sheltering from a storm. He heard the roar of an underground river and felt an immediate drop into darkness. He left. He could not find it again for 18 years. In 2009, a British cave research team entered for the first time. What they found inside is still not fully mapped. Only 1,000 people per year are permitted to enter. The expedition takes 4 days, and almost every single person who completes it describes it the same way. The most extraordinary thing I have ever done in my life. Son Dung is not a cave. It is a world that exists inside a mountain, and Vietnam kept it completely secret until 16 years ago. 10 places, 1 country, a coastline so beautiful it has been called the Maldives of Vietnam, a landscape so dramatic it inspired the comparison to Ha Long Bay on land, a cave with its own jungle, its own river, and its own clouds that the world did not know existed until 16 years ago. Vietnam does not ask you to believe it, it simply shows you and lets you figure out for yourself how any of this is real. Plan your trip. Go with time, because Vietnam rewards the traveler who stays longer than planned, and I will see you in the next one.